feel like we was. I feel like we was in Wisconsin, maybe.
Wisco.
And middle of the song, like broke the top string.
Oh.
Beginning of the song,
And that's why we carry backups.
I ran off stage, and I ripped that string off, and I didn't even have a backup with me at the time. I ripped that string off, pulled one out, threw it on there, tuned it real quick, ran back on stage, plugged in, and was back in the song within. To me, it felt like 30 seconds. Like I was up there. Like I had
by the time the bridge hit, he was already there for his circle headbang part.
Oh, I was actually in before breakdown.
Nice.
And after the set, Trumpy was still playing. Was AKC? Trumpy was still playing guitar for AKC. And after we got off stage, he looked at me and goes, "What happened to you in this song? You know, I can't remember what song it was, but what happened to you in blah 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 song?" He's like, "I saw you run off stage." He's like, "Did you break a string?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Did you change the string?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "How in the hell did you change that string that fast?" I was like,
I'm on the clock, homie.
Like, yeah, that's what I said. That's exactly what I said. I was like, I was on the clock. It had to be done. It had to be done quick.
It's time to go, man. They're not paying me to sit backstage and tune it.
I was like, I just threw that one string on, and
we played a show, and I think it was actually about a year ago today, with 69 Eyes and Wednesday 13. And we played the night before with Saving Abel, and everything went great. Sounded amazing. We couldn't have sounded better if we tried. Get on stage the next night, and with the show we were looking forward to, 69 Eyes and Wednesday 13, I go, no sound. No sound. I'm jiggling the cord around like, all right, maybe I'll find the sweet spot. No sound, and I see wisps of smoke coming out of my guitar. The wiring, I guess, was smoldering and starting to burn.
Mm-hmm.
So I called my dude who was teching for me, and I was like, yo, go grab me, my whitey. And so he goes and grabs me my other Ibanez. And I didn't think about it. We had a bass in the same tuning as the other Ibanez, but I kept the drop A tuning bass with our bassist, and I played in drop C. It was interesting.
I've actually done that.
It was interesting, but I didn't want to be one of those guys that relied on the backtrack and just killed all the sound of the guitar and pantomime. That to me isn't rock and roll. That's shooting a music video, and if I wanted to shoot a music video, I'd pay someone to come and do it. So, I'd rather you hear a flaw or something's not sounding right, because then you at least know that we're playing and we just suck. That's just how I view it. I mean, not sitting there trying to like rag on us or anything like that, but I mean, have you guys ever had any onstage accidents? Like,
Maybe not.
I'm not talking about getting on stage. I'm talking like you guys are all headbanging and you catch Waylon in the eye with a headstock, or.
Oh yeah.
I
don't think I've ever actually hit Waylon with my headstock. We have bumped into each other. We're pretty good about it now. Years ago, he would bump into me and I'd shove him. And vice versa, like he would shove me. And now that we're older, we're a bit more seasoned, and we don't.
Now you give the restaurant warnings. At your back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like football. You pat their ass,
Yeah, that's not saying good game. That's to say don't back up, homie. That'll hurt. I don't want to fall with this heavy ass bass in my hands.
But so yeah, we're not bad about bumping into each other. Now we've had a couple of guitar players that have, because we've actually had a pretty rough turnaround with guitar players, and
they've suffered with guitarists. Everyone else suffers with bassists and drummers. They've got it. They've got that on lock. Guitar players, you can find them everywhere. The puppy probably plays guitar better than me.
I've had a couple of guitar players that just are all over the stage, and it's cool to have somebody all over the stage and interacting with the crowd, but they also have to be mindful of
personal space,
bumping into me, bumping into Waylon. especially bumping into Waylon. Yeah, I'm joking.
No, he's not.
Yeah, they're just not seasoned on stage to know where
A
somebody's
little
at
too
and how
green
to look. You know.
I mean, without, trying to say this is your spot, you stay in your spot, don't you dare crouch on my area. Everyone normally has their own designated area, you know what I'm saying? Kind of, if you're going to venture over to my side, at least indicate to me so I can venture to your side so it's not crowded on one side and everyone over here is getting robbed of an experience.
And that's kind of the thing. You got to know when to switch, so, because you don't want everybody on one side of the stage.
Yep.
First off, it's got to kind of be orchestrated to where
counterbalance.
Yeah, you're kind of working with each other, not against each other.
I mean, the people over here want to see the guitar player just as much as the people over here. They also will probably want to see the bassist and everyone run around. But I mean, there's got to be that kind of sort of. I don't know. Do you guys communicate with eyes, eyeball communication? Hey,
There's some. Yeah, in church is a good example. He'll kind of. I'll kind of look over. He'll look over, and he'll kind of do this nod thing with his head, where I know that he's
doing a crossover.
Yeah,
I've been there before. Back when I was in Grim Trigger, we played a show, and the bass player we had, Dan Marino from Psychosis, he was playing with us at the time, and we'd give each other a little look, crossover, try to keep everything syncopated so that way wasn't no one running into anybody. I almost killed him because I wasn't wireless, and he got wrapped up in my amp cord and went down the one time, and the show must go on. That's just how the show must go on. I mean, you always have on-stage accidents. If someone headbangs too close behind you, and like me, I kick my foot up behind me, kick someone in the face.
Yeah.
Some people headbutt their keyboards and have blood streams coming down their face. It's all in the name of rock and roll. I mean, I'm a big fan of your guys's. Been a fan since Waylon was in Mushroom Head, and then he announced that he was doing this. And I checked out the first song. I was like, yo, I'm with this.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I've met both of you guys numerous times. I've hung out with you and Waylon. I've hung out with Tommy. I've never played a show with you guys. Ever. As a matter of fact, you guys came to the studio, Critical Rewind Studio. We were gearing up. Fuck, where were we going to play? I don't even remember. It was Grim Trigger. You guys were leaving to go on tour. We got all kinds of pictures and shit.
Yeah.
We have never played a show together.
And what's funny was, and I've not done it really, obviously not lately because of the shutdowns and everything, but for the first few years after I moved to Ohio, I was at local shows every weekend. I would literally go into local shows and I would just stand in the background and I would just stand and watch local bands.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't even speak to people.
Typical white dude at a show.
Yeah. And so most people didn't even know I was there. Yeah, I just kind of watched. I'd be like, all right, night's done. I'd go home. Every now and then somebody would see me. They'd be like, oh, JP, you're here. And
yeah, that's what you get for not paying attention.
Like, yeah, I've been here all night.
First time I ever met Waylon. We're sitting there and we were playing at Music Links in Minner before it shut down and became an auto parts store now. But we just got done playing. I forget who we were playing with. I get off stage and I'm walking over towards the bar and I see this no-haired gentleman. I don't want to call him bald-headed. I see this no-haired gentleman sitting there and I'm like, that's Waylon. I was like, no. And I mean, he's a more well-known, bigger reputation to musician than myself. So, you get that little fanboyishness somewhat. I was a fan of yours from Mushroom Head and all that, and now you're kicking it at the bar, so you strike up one of the nicest fucking guys I've ever met. How you doing? My name's Waylon. You're just a great guy, man, and I tell you what, I'll give you a hug and I'll always be your friend. And it's just like, you know what, dude? I just want to crawl inside your accent and give you a hug. And he's every time I see him, it's always, hey Remy, how you doing? Nice to meet you again. And go our own way. He always shakes hands and really great dude.
And that's just Waylon.
Yeah, I mean, he's
And
always. I met him first time I ever met him, and I don't think he. I don't think he actually remembered. We had a mutual friend. I guess his name was Kenny Baker. I think that was his name.
yeah,
I don't know.
I think yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I flip pizzas at Pizza Hut in Geneva, so. And Waylon and Jeff come up after a Mushroom Head show at the Cove, and they come and get some pizza. Kenny comes running back. Ryan, come here, come here, come here, come here. He's like, it's Waylon from the Shrew. You see Waylon all standing there, all kind of like, big old fucking long leather coat and his braids all up, and he's hi. I was like, hi, and I went back to work. But I mean, they've always been nice guys. Every time I've met them, even the guys from Mushroom Head, they've always been nice. They take the time to, sign whatever.
Yeah. I don't have anything negative to say about them.
The days of negativity are long gone, man. We live in a negative enough world, as long as someone's out there just doing their craft, hey, man, I give you love for it,
I mean, it's one of those, I didn't play music with them,
You weren't there to
I wasn't there, and the few guys, and I won't say that I have a really close relationship. I ever had a really close relationship with all of them, because I didn't. Did I do some tours with them? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did my best friend that I grew up with since we were young sing for them? Yeah. At one point. Did I get to know a few of them?
On first name basis
Yeah.
and stuff like
I got to know a few of them pretty good, and the few that I got to meet, they never did anything wrong to me,
Anytime I've ever played with them, man, I've always seen them sign shit for people. I see them get off stage and come through the crowd and actually hang out with some of the people. So and a lot of it in my mind, it's just people try to take the sides, the whole Slipknot versus Mushroom Head thing. I like them both.
Yeah.
And I mean, to be honest, I don't even really listen to that style of music really anymore. Yeah. I listen to like Lars Frederiksen and the Bastards, Rancid, shit like that. I don't care about heavy metal as much. It's a genre that I can't master and do really well. I'm a good rhythm guitar player, but I'm not even James Hetfield.
Honestly, I listen to more rock and roll bands. Yeah, anymore. I guess my old age, I listen.
Older you get, man, mosh pitting hurts.
I listen to just more rock and roll bands. I go back to old AC/DC, old Guns N' Roses, and then I listen to like a lot of Jack White.
I love some White Stripes.
Yeah,
man.
well, I like White Stripes. I love White Stripes. I love Jack White. I love his other band, the Raconteurs. I love the Raconteurs are like one of my all-time favorite bands, actually. So yeah, I listen to just a lot of and like the Black Keys. I love the fucking Black Keys.
Aren't they from here in Akron?
They're from Akron.
I just found out last night. Did you know Devo is from here in Akron?
I think I knew that.
Whip
I feel like I knew
Whip
that.
it good. Yeah, they're from here, right here in fucking Akron.
Yeah.
I didn't know that shit. Devo, get at me. I'll do a show with you too.
I think I knew that for some reason, but I had never thought about it.
Yeah, I'm reading like 50 punk bands you never heard of or whatever, and they're like, hailing from Akron, Ohio. I'm like, what? And how in the hell are they punk rock anyway? They're new wave, but whatever.
They were kind of early punk rock to new wave.
It all rode the same wave of, it's anti-establishment, it's, not going with the grain, going against, so whatever, punk rock is not just three chords and the truth, it's how you feel on the inside, you play in a heavy metal band, you could still identify it as a punk rock band because, you have something different to say than following the norm.
Honestly, I think a lot of, and whether Waylon would ever admit this or not, I feel like a lot of AKC songs are more punk rock than what people think they are, because the majority of our songs are three chords.
Punk rock holds the whole world together. I'm telling you. And
that's a true stat. We've had new guitar players come in, and they're like, what's this guitar doing here? I think, is it doing this? And they're trying to do all this intricate stuff, and I'm
chuckling and giggling.
Literally like, it's Nirvana, not Dream Theater. I mean.
Homie, we're playing nursery rhymes. We're not playing, intricacies.
Yeah. And not to say there isn't some intricate stuff in some of that, because there is.
It's just mainly about the feel, though.
Yeah.
Once you start feeling it, I mean, you can play anything and,
Yeah.
and make it feel like it's yours.
Yeah. And the thing of I know Waylon always likes is he likes the song to be really open. He don't like
Closed interpretations.
well, he don't like really 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 busy guitars
Okay.
because vocally
Then he's got to be just as busy with the vocals. So
Yeah.
he likes like the big choruses that are, one or two, chords
Yeah.
that are spread out and just
Yeah.
rung out that he can let his shit soar too.
yeah, and so and like I said, not all, but there's a lot of AKC songs that are just it's kind of you said just roaring, just open note guitar parts, or just the strumming 3 or 4 chords. It's just real open.
It makes the patterns a little
yeah.
easier to sing over.
Yeah, it's real open guitar, kind of punk rock style guitar work on some of that stuff, but done more of a rock style. That vocally he can project to, and he can do these melodies, and he can,
Nice.
there's a lot of just
JP, I appreciate you taking this time out of your day to
yeah.
talk with us, man. This was really awesome. Super cool. I can't wait to put this episode out and see, all the reactions from it. I thank you for showing us about your toys and your office room. It's definitely kicks my office room's ass, even though I've got a pretty little cool office room myself. But I mean, yours definitely is nice. You guys got lovely pets that love attention. I appreciate you having us out.
man.
Is there anything, any last things you have to say, or want to, throw out a little quick promo, tell people go check out your band?
Yeah, check out A Killer's Confession. The new single, Remember, is out now. New music is coming soon. There will be new singles coming. Don't know the dates yet, so just keep an eye out. Go to Facebook, look up A Killer's Confession, click follow. Go to Spotify, look up A Killer's Confession, click follow. Follow us on anything, everything.
If
And
you don't,
stamp it out.
I'm going to follow you and make you follow them. We're going to stalk them all. Alright, as it stands, I am Remy from Lost in the Shadows and What You're Playing On. We will see you guys next time with some more cool and interesting shit. Please hit like and subscribe if you like what you've seen here. We've got some more cool things coming up as well, with more instruments and toys of anything and everything that us musicians like to do. So, based off that, go hit that like and subscribe, tickle it really good, make it smile, make me laugh, and we will see you guys next time. Thank you.